whakarongo ki te tangi a te korimako. Kōrero flowing out the hook of force. Kaupapa relevant, kaupapa out of bounds, kaupapa exigent, kaupapa paramount. Nā kona whakapiri mai ki te kaupapa tino whakahira hira whakarongo pi kari kari mai. Hare hare mai, o Taringa hare hare mai. We gotta gather up close everybody. Gather up close everybody. Kani move that body. Kani move that body.
Kei aku taki mano, kei aku taki tini o tata o tawhiti. Anei a Taringa e mihi nei kia koutou. Tēnā koutou nau mai, hoki mai. Welcome back to this installment of Taringa, brought to you by Te Wānanga o Aotearoa. Coming at you from Te Ipurau, here in
bustling metropolis of
Te Awamutu.
Te Awamutu.
And you know, I think we've put it on the map for a lot of you.
Yeah.
Maybe if you were already a fan of Crowded House.
Te whare ko whawhaunia.
Te whare whawhau. Te whare whawhau. Crowded House. Then you may have known where Te Awamutu was hoeno. And Te Awamutu was also the birthplace of Te Wānanga o Aotearoa.
Ai, koe a pū.
Yep. E naha koa he kaimahi mātou, he ringaringa he waiwai mātou no Te Wānanga o Aotearoa. E mihi nei, kia mātou anō. E mihi kumara nei.
E mihi kumara nei.
Mo te tautoko mai a Te Wānanga o Aotearoa i tēnei.
Ai, tēnā koutou.
Yeah.
Koutou hoki o te māngai pāho.
Ai, tika.
E hea kore ai.
Been a while since we've done a plug for Te Māngai Pāho.
Te māngai pāho.
And I'm doing a mihi to myself again, because kei runga i te puari engari, I've registered my conflict of interest. Bueno, e mihi ana. E mihi ana kia koutou katoa ngā kai tautoko.
Ai, ngā
I te
Taringa.
kaupapa. I still forget how popular Taringa is. You know, just the other day, had someone who wanted to take a photo with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so tēnā koutou katoa, all our listeners, and to you our new listeners,
Yeah.
if this is your first episode, tēnā koutou.
Ai.
And we encourage you to go back to number 1, back in the olden days. When it's just,
olden days.
When it was just me and Tariao.
Yeah, Tariao and Parane. Three matariki.
Tika, e toru ngā matariki ka mau nei. And go back to episode number 1 and start there, and we'll meet you back here.
Yeah.
And you know, some people do the binges.
Yeah.
I've got friends in whānau who have just started to listen to it, and I'm like, yeah, cool, welcome to the Taringa zone. But they're going, oh yeah, I've got to catch up. It's like, don't worry about catching up. Just cherry pick what you want to listen to at the start. But if you're a binger, and if you're going on long rides, and if you have to stay home for a number of days, this is the best time to listen to Taringa. Because the other thing, apart from, you know, people get guilty because they're not listening to Taringa, is don't worry about it, because there are a lot of people that aren't podcasters, podcast listeners. You know, that's the main thing. So, and to our friends, Alex Hotere Barnes and Waimehi and Didia, no mai ki te ao Taringa.
Kia ora.
They're just giving us a shout out. It's like, hey bro, we've just started listening and it's really cool. And I said, don't worry about feeling guilty about listening. It's here for when and wherever. So,
and you might want to be listening i te wai e noho mōriroriro ana.
Ai, noho mōriroriro ana koutou.
Mōriroriro. Try say that 10 times. Mōriroriro, 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 mōriroriro.
I was going to start saying mōriroriro. I'm like, oh no. Yeah.
Hoi anō e hoa ma, e pewhi ana o korua piro.
E pai ana o ku piro I tēnei wanda. E ai o ana.
How's your piro?
Ai o piro.
Not too sure, because I'm not too sure what piro means.
E ai o piro ana o ku piro.
Is it piro in relation to points?
Anei te kiwaha.
Anei te kiwaha.
So, ko te kiwaha nei, kua he ngā piro. Kua he ngā piro. Ka pai. And piro, I guess in this context, means your mood.
Oh.
Yeah. So if I was to say kua he ngā piro or puaheiri, te puaheiri, and say, oh, he's not in a
sour mood.
Yeah, he's in a sour mood.
Yeah, not in a very good frame of mind. Space.
And if you were to ask someone, e pewhi ana o kei te pēhea, or kai te pēhea, or kei te aha ngā piro o mea, you're asking what sort of mood they're in.
Yeah.
So what sort of mood are you in? Yeah.
And if you're not in a good mood,
well, you could say, if you're in a so-so mood, you'd say hoi anō. Yeah. Or, kei te pai katoa ku piro.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah.
Kei te pērā tonu.
Yeah, so piro in the kiwaha, and going back to the kiwaha scale, this is I think around number 2, number 3.
Number 2 or 3, you.
Yeah, 2 or 3. So in the middle there. So if someone's in a bad mood, you could say, kua he o na piro.
Aye.
Yeah, kei te he ngā piro o mea.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could say kua he, like, what's up with you? Kua he aku piro.
Kua he aku piro, go.
Yeah, I'm in a bad mood. Yeah, pauri atu.
And
then they say, whakamutu atu.
Yeah, whakamutu.
And then they will say, tō 10. See, look, this is the whole conversation in kiwaha.
Kiwaha.
Nō reira, koina te kiwaha, kua he ngā piro.
Kua he ngā piro.
Yeah, it's in a bad mood, sour mood. Yeah, nō reira, tērā. Ana, ki tā tātou kaupapa, ko hoki mai tātou ki te Patapatai.
So, who's going to go first?
Okay, shall I start with this one from Bridie Richards? Tēnā koe, Bridie.
Kia ora, Bridie.
She wrote in and says, Kia ora, I recently started a medium-level te reo class, which is supposed to be bilingual, but it's instructed in mostly English. Some of the other students in the class are a bit more advanced than me, and already they've asked to go full immersion. I know that my level of reo is not up to the Rūmaki environment yet, but I don't want to be the squeaky wheel. How should I approach this with my kaiako? I know there are benefits for being in the immersive environments, so should I just dive in the deep end, or should I express my concerns so that I know I will be comfortable in my learning space?
Wow.
Okay, so one of my major sort of regrets about all of the te reo learning programs I've done so far is that I have not immersed myself as much as I should have.
Sure.
So I feel like I have seen other people from the classes I've been in who are like pretty confident speakers now out and about in public, whereas I'm still very much trying to translate stuff in my head. Last year, when I'd done a Noho Marae program, that was probably where I felt the most growth.
Kia ora.
Because at the Noho Marae, we were put into more of an immersive situation, I feel, anyway. So my advice would be to just go on and dive in and just try to swim.
Cool.
Yeah, definitely. I've seen being a kaiako, the positives of immersion, and we talked a little bit before about Pānia Papa and what she spoke at a hui I was at not long ago, and Te Ahu o Te Reo actually, Te Reka Mauro, and she was giving the difference between immersion and submersion. So immersion is Rūmaki, being immersed in te reo, but the kaiako has support systems there for the tauira.
Kia ora.
So you're gonna feel a bit uncomfortable, but the sooner you feel comfortable about being uncomfortable, the better.
Kia ora.
And we're all in an uncomfortable space when we're learning anything new.
Yep.
And particularly te reo, because it's communication. And when we feel we haven't got the ability to communicate what we're thinking, what we're feeling, or to interpret what somebody's saying to us, then our defences go up.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's one of the things that come in is because it's a defence mechanism when you're put into a situation where you feel uncomfortable like that these barriers go up. So yeah, hei tautoko ake I ngā kōrero Erika is go with the flow.
Kia ora.
And trust in your kaiako. And at the same time, kaue e a wangawanga ki te kōrero ki tō kaiako.
Yeah.
So, tauira should have a relationship with te kaiako, vice versa, I roto I te akomanga. And, maybe just let your kaiako know how you're feeling as well. But don't shy away because it's going to be...
Yeah, kaue e whakamā.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And kaue whakamā, kaua e... the first time I've heard the squeaky wheel analogy.
Yeah, same.
So if you're feeling like you're the weakest link or you're slowing the class down, kaue e pērā.
Yeah. I think the squeaky wheel also refers to the person being the one making a noise about something. Yeah, you are in a vulnerable space because you're the one that doesn't have the knowledge as Prani talked about, not knowing how to voice or how to interpret what's being told to you. But it's part of the experience, and so have that relationship with your kaiako, and it's natural to be that way. Episode 33, Kupu Kupu Kupu, is about Tu Whitia Te Hopo and about the real journey of some revered real Māori speakers of today. So go back to episode 33, and it talks about all this stuff. It talks about the taniwha of whakamā and mataku. But yeah, that's there. And there's also episode 94, which talks about kurereo and going into immersion, learning in a totally immersion space. Yeah. But other thing, and you talked about how you went into classes and what you learned you didn't really use because of I guess the instruction being in English and then the assessment almost being in English as well. You need to create those real buddies too. Yeah. So, and it's true for me. People say that the language that you meet a person in is the language that you will always interact with, or the dominant language you will use. And it's true. I have real buddies because we've met on their path. And I have friends in whānau who our first language is English together, but we've taken the real journey in different areas. But we always seem to revert back to English, even though we try and converse into real Māori. But that's the best. It's use or lose. Yeah.
You could do maybe, because usually you sort of know whatever you're learning about in class at that time. Yeah. So maybe you could prepare a few sentences prior to class that you could practice using in class time. That maybe structured around whatever you're learning at the time.
Yep. And if you're on our time programs, use the Akoro tool, the online blended learning tool.
Sure.
What's this online blended?
So quickly, we boast a catalogue of te reo programs at Te Wānanga Aotearoa, and the two foundation ones, Te Reo Māori Level 2, Te Reo Māori Level 4, has an online blended learning tool to assist you with what you learn in the classroom, right? And so it's an app that can go on your phone or can go on your device, and it's got all these interactives, and it's got all these cool, fun ways, these activities for you to learn the structures that you learn in the class. So what I'm saying is utilize everything that you have at your hands. Yeah. Utilize everything you have, but use it. You just got to use it. Use it how you can, and actually accept where you are in your journey, and appreciate where you are in your journey. And don't worry about the things that you don't know. Just focus on the things that you're learning and you do know, because then it can get a bit overwhelming if you're worried about the end goal or worry about the journey.
Cool.
There you go, Bridie.
Tēnā koe, Bridie.
Ana, kia kaha kia koe.
Okay, next one is from Taniora Henderson, but they have asked, what is the difference between Tipuna and Tupuna?
Anei, he tino hohuni tēnei whakautu.
Anei.
One's got an I, one's got a U.
Ooh.
Well, I've seen, and actually I heard this quoted from Te Tairāwhiti, or someone from Te Tairāwhiti. It was actually Heroi Parata. So I won't say Tairāwhiti because that's pretty broad. That's like from Whakatohea around Te Apanui down Ngāti Porou and all the way down to Ngāti Kahungunu. That according to him, Tipuna are your ancestors that are still alive. Aye. And Tupuna are those that have passed on. Or is it vice versa?
Yeah,
it might be vice versa.
I've also heard that kōrero too,
I've never heard that. I've always believed, and I believe it's something to do with, it's a thing about te rangi o te reo or te mita, so dialect.
Yeah.
Koina taku whakauti māma. And my proof of that is I've never seen or heard a Tairāwhiti person speaking like that. Switching between Tipuna and Tupuna. Yeah. Secondly, but probably the biggest one is and in all the mōtete I've seen in haka. And, mōtete is a passion of mine. I know lots of mōtete. I study them. I love reading them. I do it weekly. I've never seen a mōtete where you're changing in and out Tipuna and Tupuna.
Kia ora.
Interestingly, I heard the same sort of kōrero, and again, not discounting that, well, I sort of am really, but, at the end of the day, It's up to you. Go back to your iwi, but this is what I've seen. The same on the awa, on Whanganui, tētahi kōrero I heard was that a tipua is a celestial, supernatural being that was already a tipua to begin with.
They came down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or up.
Yeah.
Depending how you look at it.
Yeah.
Or from whichever spiritual or plane, you know, or godly plane. That's a tipua, whereas a tupua is somebody that has become one, or something that has become one.
Yep.
Like,
Does that mean demi as well?
yeah, I think demi is
Born of a union.
Yeah, so e tupua. Tērā ko te tipua me te tupu. Engari mo te tipuna me te tupuna, yeah, a hau nei, ki au nei, he mea mita tēnei ko te rangi tēnei o te reo. And you'll find tupuna up north, they say tupuna, tainui, which includes raukau a hauraki.
Yeah.
Po, nā wāhanga tainui o hauraki. I think actually te katoa, atu i a Ngāti Porou o roto o hauraki.
Aye.
Tēnā koutou te whānau rā kairoa. We use tupuna.
Yeah.
West Coast tupuna. Te teihau auru, so Taranaki down to Whanganui.
Te whanganui, aye.
Whereas, and Te Arawa. Te Arawa tū wharetoa. Whereas Mātātua uses tipuna,
Yeah.
which is te whānapa nui.
Whakatohia.
Whānapa nui is in Mātātua, but they're not only Mātātua, as we know, because of our iwi o te wiki episode. Apa nui whakapapata mini waka.
Yes.
So yeah, so te whānapa nui whakatohia, tūhoi, Ngāti Awa, Ngāti Porou, te aitanga hauiti, ue pōhatu. I don't want to get into because, you know, there's lots of
specifics.
Yeah, but i tērā wāhanga o te tairawhiti and tāna te kahungunu is prolific use, and I'm not sure about rangitāne. If rangitāne say tipuna or tupuna. Yeah, so anyway, so these are the tribal areas that use either tupuna or tipuna.
Kia ora.
But if you're to look at some of our matamata huanga throughout te moana nui a kiwa, they use tupuna, in Hawaii is kupuna.
Yeah,
Kupuna.
kupuna.
Yeah, for grandparents is
Yeah.
kupuna. Aumākua or kaumātua is something
Aumākua,
different to
yeah,
them.
yeah.
So yeah, that's koina taku whakaaro ki te
Aye.
tupuna me te tipuna.
Yeah. And if you're a learner, just use what you know, at the moment. Don't get too caught up in this thing. I think because I notice, and I've done it myself, is you get to a certain level of reo and then you want to whakaiwi.
Ana whakaiwi.
Whakaiwi tō reo kia mōhio ai te tangata nohea koe. Yeah, kia hau nei, well, and mōhia nau e tahi waka whanaunga e whakahe pai ana kia taku kōrero. Me aro noa nei ki te reo, te tuapapa o tō reo. Tāro ake te wā, ka timata koe ki te whakaiwi, whakaahara nei tō ake reo. You know, so don't lose too much sleep on worrying about how your language is, how you're trying to sound or what type of iwi you're trying to represent in your language. Just learn what you're learning from your kaiako and then go from there. You know, me timata ki te hanga whare mā te tuapapa. Ko e timata ki te whakarākei. You know, start your house with a foundation, don't start with the painting.
Yeah.
Kia ora. And extending on this too, with te whakaiwi tō reo, he kōrero tēnei kia koutou te hunga e harai te Māori. So there's a few that aren't Māori. And you may be wondering, well, what do I use? Which mita, which rangi do I use? Well, it comes down to what you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
Who you've been taught by, because you are a tauira or a student and example of your kaiako.
Kia ora.
So if you've been taught in te reo o tūhoi, that's probably going to be your foundation. Is te reo o tūhoi or te reo o Ngāti Porou. Kei a koe tēnā, and even tātou te Māori, don't beat yourself up if you've been taught in one mita, and I think we've touched on this before.
Yeah.
That you say, you know, tipuna instead of tupuna.
Yeah.
Or tupuna instead of tipuna. There will come a time where ka iwi haere tō reo.
Ai.
Yeah. Ana waiho kia taka mai, ka taka Māori mai tērā.
Kia mahara hoki, ina etahi o whanaunga kei te kāinga, rawa rātou e kōrero ana I te reo Māori, you know.
Yeah.
No re pai ake I te reo I te kore.
Yeah, and you know, actually I've got a bit of a gripe that,
Yeah, same.
you know, we've got, I don't know, traditionalists or whatever you call it, giving people a hard time for their mita.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When, you know, Well, at least they're speaking te reo.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. There's
But
no
when,
winning,
when it's their whanaunga that don't speak Māori, or people that are negative towards te reo Māori, they don't say anything to them. But when someone comes home, they're straight on, they jump on their case that they're speaking another
Yeah, me hoki mai, me pēnei. Where's that word from? It's like, he Māori tonu.
Yeah. So, kia kaha tātou katoa.
Kia kaha tātou,
Yeah. Tēnā koe, tāni ora. Wherever you are.
Taringa.
Moving on, we have one here from D. Allen. Okay, D. Allen says, something I struggle with are sentences with double negative words. For example, ehara, which could mean complete agreeance. I have never noticed this in other languages and was just wanting some clarity around it.
I'm not sure if it's actually a double negative.
Yeah.
So this sits in the kiwaha basket, and as we've discussed, kiwaha, you can't literally translate a kiwaha or gauge by translating each word what it means.
Yeah.
And in this instance, ehara is one. And ehara you could use by itself. And this is a kiwaha to support, to bolster, to comply, to agree.
Yeah.
So ehara can be like, ehara can be, yeah, that's right, or ehara, oh, hell yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so it's not a double negation, but it is interesting how we do that. Interesting, like the kaore, how we use in the positive in terms of an intensifier, and we've talked about intensifiers.
Oh,
yeah, that we don't say kaore.
Well, what about like kaore e kore?
Yep, that's good. Kaore e kore.
But even then, it still follows a sort of grammar structure like kaore e kore. It's like there's no doubt. There's no. To me, I can still see that it still translates as without a doubt. There's no. There's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing meaning to the context that there's kaore e kore ka ua mai te ua. There's no doubt that the rain's going to fall.
Me pewhia kore ai e ua.
Yeah, me pewhia kore ai e ua. How can it not rain?
Yeah, kaore e kore.
Yeah. Kaore e kore. I just think when you come across those things, just accept them for what they. It's just something we do, as Praone said before.
No.
It's just something. It just is what it is. But I understand what the kai pātai is asking, and I guess it's you're looking at whakaaro Māori. You're looking at a Māori worldview in terms of the language, and that's how to reiterate, through any language you see the view of their world. Through any language.
What about? I can't think of an actual sentence right now, but I remember learning structures where we'd go like kore rawa e blah blah blah.
Kore rawa atu. Now that's a double negation. So that's intensifying.
Yeah, is that one?
So like kore rawa atu.
Absolutely.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's not a
show
in hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kore rawa atu.
Yeah.
Kei te haere koe, kore rawa atu e haere. There's no way I'm going.
There's no way.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Tino kore nei.
Yeah, tino kore nei.
Tino kore nei, yeah.
Or
Okay.
tino kore rawa atu.
Tino kore rawa atu.
Yeah. So that's a bit different to the ehara, because the ehara is the kiwaha, and it's giving
A positive.
Yeah.
In this English slang, like, bro, your full of shit was bad.
Oh, true.
And if you're just learning English, you're like, oh, what did we do wrong?
Yeah.
So no, it was mean. What do you mean it was mean?
What about
It was a song about happiness.
Fat.
That's fat, bro. You're fat. Thanks for that. Yeah.
What kind of fat? PH?
Yeah. It was a PH. You call me PH or FA, or shall I should be on the keto? Yeah. I think there are examples in other languages too.
Yeah, true.
And English being that as well. Yeah. I think it's just cool to say the opposite to mean the opposite.
Yeah. Just throwing those little spanners in the works.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is from Jono Patino. Not sure if that's a Māori
Hey, Jono. How are you,
surname or
mate?
not. Kia ora, I'm an Aussie learning te reo. I've just listened to episode 44. Obviously, I'm a bit behind. About pēpeha. Keen to hear your thoughts on structuring a pēpeha for Pākehā with no Māori background. My wife is Māori, but I have no Māori whakapapa. Oh, that answers my question about his surname. I think, didn't we do another episode not long after that talking about pēpeha structures again?
Yeah. we have a very modern take on pēpeha
Aye.
these days. And pēpeha, classically and traditionally, were like an iwi motto.
Yeah, they were way different back in the day.
Yeah,
Well, pēpeha meaning to show off in types of way, or to promote
Yeah, or it's your identity.
your identity. Yeah,
Peha, skin.
yeah.
Whakapeha means to boast.
To boast, yeah.
So pēpeha is a statement that expounds who you are, your identity.
Yeah.
And they could mention, but not all the time, landmarks. And those pēpeha, which I believe provided the template to the modern day pēpeha, came about in the consultation of the setting up of the kingitanga.
Ah, kia ora.
And when Mātene Te Whiwhi went to each rangatira, they said, for instance, ko tongariro te maunga, ko taupo nui a tia te moana, ko te heu te tangata. That's where you hear those. Ko hikurangi te maunga, e hara I te maunga neke. That came from that consultation. Anyway, those expressions that those ariki, those rangatira gave, I believe, provided the template for the modern day pēpeha.
Because they were the first example now, you think of it, eh?
Yeah.
The first written example.
Whereas some pēpeha don't mention landmarks.
Yeah.
Like Tūhoi Momo Kai,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taranaki Waiwai Hakoko, Taranaki talking about the people, not the
people,
maunga.
Yeah.
And now we've added to it I te taho taku mama, on
Yeah,
the side,
now
I te
we're
taho
doing
taku
like a
papa.
whakapapa.
Yeah, it's an extension of,
Yeah, extension, yeah.
you know, and I've got how many children and te mea. But I think in essence that part which we would say is the foundation of the pēpeha is your identity to a place, that's your connection, which provides information to the ones listening to your pēpeha of where you're from and where you connect to.
Yeah. And sometimes it can be what you want them to know. You may have differing backgrounds and then you go, oh, well, I want to show you this side, or, you know.
But back to somebody who isn't Māori, and actually I done this in my class 2 weeks ago, and it was testing because I said, right, well, I gave them, and you know, you took it about provide the foundation. Well, I had a learners class and I actually gave them, the other kaiko said to me, did you give them that? Because I wanted to provide them with a pēpeha that they can say and they feel safe to say. So it was like, e noho anau I te maru, I te haumarutanga o te maunga. I live in the shelter, the shadow of this mountain.
Yeah.
Or past tense, I lived in, meaning they've got a connection to.
Yeah, or I grew up in...
Ka rongo au I ngā wai o e riporipo nei. I hear the waters of such and such swirling. Now, some of them said, well, I'm from this country originally. I still, in my heart, have a connection there. So I want to mention this maunga. But I live by this awa and I've got a connection there, which is a concept that was foreign to me as Māori.
Yeah.
But because this was their identity, and I didn't want to say, no, you have to identify with yourself like this.
Yeah.
You know, I sort of let them have some flexibility.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to answer his pātai, your pātai, to not offend anybody, is you wouldn't take the normal template ko taku maunga.
Yeah, because it sounds like you're claiming it.
Yeah. And there's ownership. But my wero to us, tātou katoa, is do you really know where your maunga is?
Yeah, have you seen it? Or,
Have you, when was the last time you visited your maunga? And you know, I'm actually checking out there to challenge us as Māori, as people, to have a relationship with those tūtohu whenua, those moana, those awa in our pēpeha, to have a relationship with them, not just in your pēpeha, but a physical one. You know, you've been there, you've been in your awa.
Yeah.
You know, I know a lot of people do say their pēpeha, and they actually don't know where their maunga is.
Yeah.
You know? So that's my challenge. Kia koutou e ngā kai whakarongo.
Yeah, what is your connection if that place is... you know, a distant memory or just a photo of or a written piece to you.
Yeah.
My daughter has the same thing. You know, she lives in Te Awamutu. And ko te maunga tuatahi whakahuatia ia, ko kake puku.
Yeah.
Me taku pauri hoki. Engari, no ona mātua te he. Well, e hara I te me he. So her kake puku was the first maunga that she identified to.
Yeah.
Probably because it was the one that everyone was learning, but she can see it.
Yeah, exactly.
She's been up it.
Yeah.
As much as she's been to her other maunga, it's the one she identifies with because it's within the rohe that she lives in. So even though Papa was a bit disappointed, a bit sad, I was like, actually, no, e pono tēnā.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I
know people who haven't been to their marae.
Yeah.
You know?
So that's what I mean. So if you're doing your pēpeha, is that your connection? Or is it, are you connected?
Yeah. I'm just touching on quickly about what Parani was saying as an alternative way of doing a pēpeha without claiming ownership. I had a person in one of the classes that I was in who had no Māori whakapapa. So our teacher gave her a bit of a template that she could use, and she likened herself to a bird. And rather than saying, this is my maunga, this is my awa, she was saying, I'm a bird that flies around this area. While I'm up there, I see this awa, te mea, te mea, te mea. So I thought that was a pretty nice way to do it.
Similar to the one that you gave your tauira at that time, that you live, they live under the shelter of. From there they can hear.
So my advice to answer this pātai is talk with your kaiako or with your partner, wahine, if she's got the reo capability to help you fashion pēpeha that is safe and comfortable for you to use and still provides in your pēpeha your connections.
Kia ora.
Cool. Kia ora, Jono.
Kia ora, Jono.
Pretty sure a lot of people have that question, so thank you.
Yeah, and even like when you're on the reo journey and you do have a place you can connect to, I hear different ways of people planning out their pēpeha. Like I know one, and that's what I teach my kids, is start from the waka, on the journey.
Yeah.
So the waka, the moana, it came on, and then the awa, then it went up to, and then to the maunga, down to the marae, to the hapu, and then the iwi. That's the one I do.
Yeah, same.
That's only because I can see the line of it.
Yeah. Cool.
So we got through 4 pātai.
Yeah.
Wow, we got heaps of pātai, man, but, a lot of pātai you guys send in are really good whakaaro and kōrero provoking.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really bring out the conversation. It actually tests us too in what we know and surprises us a bit. But our song for that, and because a lot of our pātai have come from people that are taking on the little journey, cool.
Yeah.
My name is tātou waiata, he waiata no te kohinga waiata wairere, or wairere.
Wairere.
Wairere Part 2. You will also find those songs in our Te Ara Reo Māori programs. And this is called Te Ara Reo Māori.
Whakarongo mai.
Ma wai arahi, taku hiko, ki runga I te huarahi, Ara Reo Māori. Ma wai e hapai taku reo, I runga I te ara reo e. Ma wai te ringa e pupuri, ke ko titi te kaupapa, ara reo e. Ma wai a weka weki te marama e, a whea taku arero, kōrero ai, I te reo Māori, a whea marama e, ki ngā kōrero o te ao, whānui e. Ma wai a weka weki te marama e, a e I o a e I o ara reo Māori e, a e I o a e I o
Tua e mahara hara,
e I o
ke konei te oranga.
ara reo Māori e, a
Kani kani move that body.
Kia kaha kia maia. Kia manawa nui e. Those are the last lines of that song, so that's all you need to do, koutou mā.
Good affirmations there. Kei te pēhea a korua piro piro.
Pai oku piro piro.
Oh, is it o? Well, then how come in the kiwaha?
Mm.
Oh, no.
Ko he ngā piro piro.
Yeah, but I'm sure you said kua he aku piro piro.
I always said aku, not aku.
Aku, right.
Yeah.
Neutral.
Yeah, revisit.
E kore mutu te ako,
E kore mutu te ako.
koe.
Yeah.
Engari, hei whakautu tō pātai pai katoa aku piro piro.
Pai katoa.
Nā tā tātou noho tai, me ngā kōrero I rere ai wainga nui a tātou no rere mihi ana. And ka mihi tonu kia koutou e ngai taringa mā, e tūhonohono tonu mai nei ki tā tātou punua pāho. Ko mātou toko toru e nei e mihi atu tēnei, e mihi atu nei kia koutou I whakaoko mai.
Kia ora.
I whai whakaro mai a I wāna ngatahi I roto I nā pātai o te rā. No reira, ka mihi rā kia koutou, hei kona mai rā me ngā whakaro nui.
Hei kona.
Hey.
Bit whakaronga pi kari kari. Get the rope close everybody buddy. Taringa. Yeah, tahuri mai ki yo. Whakarongo ki te tangi a te kori mako. Korero flowing out the hooker force. Kaupapa relevant, kaupapa out of bounds. Kaupapa exigent, kaupapa paramount. Nā kona whakapiri mai ki te kaupapa tino whakahira whakarongo pi kari kari mai. Hare mai, o Taringa hare mai. We gotta gather up close everybody. Gather up close everybody. Kani move that body. Kani move that body.
Taringa, he mea tuku nā te wānanga o Aotearoa, ā nā te māngai pāho I tautoko. To listen to more episodes, search for us on your podcast app and subscribe. Taringa, whakarongo mai.